Hello everyone. In our last class, we discussed the properties of acids, right? What we discussed once, recall it. When acid reacts with the metal, it gives salt and hydrogen gas. Okay, hydrogen gas. And one more reaction we discussed is that when acid reacts with metal carbonates, metal carbonate, it gives salt, water and carbon dioxide. Okay, salt, water and carbon dioxide. And we discussed that when acid reacts with metal hydrogen carbonate, when acid reacts with metal hydrogen carbonate, it gives salt, water and carbon dioxide. Okay, and we discussed when acid reacts with base, it gives salt and water Okay, and we discussed when acid reacts with metal oxide and it gives salt plus water. Okay, and we discussed one more, base reacts with non-metal oxide, it gives salt and water. These are the reactions, general reactions we discussed in our last class. Okay, right? Today we are going to discuss what acid contains. Okay, what acid contains. Okay, right? Here, these all are general reactions, are very important. Then how to practice with many examples to get perfection. Okay, right. Here we are going to discuss one more important activity. To do this activity, take 4 beakers. In all the 4 beakers, take 4 different solutions such as hydrochloric acid and sulfuric acid and glucose and alcohol. In 4 beakers, take 4 different types of solutions such as hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid and glucose and alcohol. Okay, and take a beaker and fix take a beaker and fix 2 rods. Okay, these are graphite rods. Okay, take 2 graphite rods. Okay, and connect these graphite rods to the batteries, to the battery. Okay, and to the bulb. Okay, this is the way of connection, right? Positive and negative. Good data. Then after, take hydrochloric acid. Take hydrochloric acid in a beaker. Hydrochloric acid, the solution what we have taken just before, hydrochloric acid and H2SO4, glucose and alcohol, no, right? First, take hydrochloric acid. Take hydrochloric acid in a beaker. When we have taken hydrochloric acid, then bulb glows. Then bulb glows. Okay. Then what a solution we have taken? HCl. Right. Then after, remove the HCl and take a H2SO4. Next we have to do same with the H2SO4. First I have taken HCl and after H2SO4. Then also bulb glows. Okay. Then after, remove the H2SO4 and after take in a beaker glucose. Take a glucose and observe the bulb. Then the bulb can put off. Right? Then after, instead of glucose, remove the glucose from the beaker and take alcohol. Then also the bulb will put off. Okay. And here we noticed that here what the observation we done, when we have taken HCl and H2SO4, when we have taken HCl and H2SO4, then bulb glows. Then bulb glows. Then when we have taken this glucose and alcohol, bulb will not glow. Then that means it proves that when HCl or H2SO4 is taken in the beaker, in such case the electricity is flowing. The electricity is flowing. Got it? Then only the bulb will glow. Then when we have taken H2SO4, the circuit is completed, then the bulb is glown. Then when instead of that HCl or H2SO4, when we have collected the glucose and alcohol, the circuit is breaks, then the bulb is not glowing. In such case, the electricity is not flowing in the glucose and alcohol. Right? Here in the HCl and the H2SO4 is glowing. Why? What happening? Actually, when HCl in electricity is passed through the HCl, it splits into H plus and Cl minus ions. H plus and Cl minus ions. Then H plus ions are flows in these ions or moves in the solution. That means the movement of the ions cause the flow of electricity. Okay, why the electricity is flowing when we have taken HCl and H2SO4? In such cases, then H plus ions are liberated. H plus ions are dissociated from here. Then the H plus ions are flowing, that causes to flow the electricity in a solution. Okay, in the same case in H2SO4 also H plus ions can releases. Okay, H plus ions. Got it? Right? Then the which is caused to flow the electricity, these ions, H plus ions. Then all the acids consist of H plus ions. Because of this H plus ions, the acids gain the acidic nature. The substances are gaining the acidic nature because of presence of H plus ions. Because of presence of H plus ions. Got it? Right. Then one more thing we have to came to know that then acids are good conductor of electricity. Good conductor of electricity. What is conductors, sir? What is conductors means the substances which are allow the electricity to pass through it is called as conductors. Then acids are the good conductors. Right? Okay. Then instead of take alkalis. Alkalis means the bases which are soluble in water. Alkalis means the bases which are soluble in water. All bases are not soluble. Okay, which are soluble in water, those you can take it. Okay, for example, here I have taken sodium hydroxide. Right? Okay, then when the reaction, when electricity passes, in such case also bulb will glow. That means in this case the OH is releases. Okay, what the OH ions can releases OH minus. Got it? Because of OH minus ions, then bases are getting basic in nature. That means what are the bases? The substances which are releases the OH ions or otherwise which are acceptors of H plus ions. Okay, which are accept the H plus ions or otherwise releases OH minus ions are called bases. Okay, from this we came to know that the acids and bases, both are good conductor of electricity. Good conductors of electricity. Got it? Then what they contain? The acids or contain H plus ions. Acids contain H plus ions and bases contains OH minus ions. Okay, right. Then here, sir, here we are going to discuss one more activity. Sir, in case of water, only in case of water, the acids releases H plus ions. That we are going to do. To know this, we have to do one more activity. Okay. Take a beaker and take a small quantity of NaCl, sodium chloride, right? NaCl and H2SO4. Okay, take NaCl and H2SO4 in a beaker, right? And stir it. In that case, the gas is evolves. What? The gas is evolves HCl gas. Okay, and plus okay, this is the reaction takes place when sodium chloride is added, H2SO4 is added to the sodium chloride, then it gives then HCl gas and sodium sulfate. These are the products, they are the reactants. Then bring take 2 blue litmus papers. Okay, one is dry blue litmus paper and another one is one more blue litmus paper is wet. Okay, one is dry litmus paper and the next one is wet litmus paper, and fix a single holder rubber cork with a delivery tube. Okay, then gas is evolved from the delivery tube. Okay, then first bring the blue litmus paper near the mouth of the delivery tube, because from here then the gas is evolves. From here the gas, which gas? HCl. HCl is the acid. Okay, right. Then bring a dry blue litmus paper near to it. Then observe, is there any change in its color? Okay. Then after bring blue litmus paper with wet blue litmus paper near the mouth of the delivery tube, and you notice that then it turns into red. It turns into red. We know that blue turns into red when the litmus paper dipped in acids. Got it? Right? Sir, both the cases we have taken blue litmus paper only. No. When it is dry, why it is not changing the color? When we bring the wet blue litmus paper near the delivery tube, it changes its color. Why? Because when HCl is reacts with the water, it dissociates the H plus ions. It dissociates the H plus ion, right? And it gives H3O plus and Cl minus. This is called hydronium. Okay, right. Got it? When HCl is reacts with H2O, then it dissociates. Then when HCl is reacts with H2O, then it dissociates into H plus and Cl minus ions. Right. Sir, here why we get hydronium? Right. Then when H plus ion means it has deficiency of electrons. Then while losing, when a neutral atom becomes a positive, when it loses the electrons. Okay, because of deficiency of electrons, the hydrogen becomes a hydrogen ion. This is called cation. Okay, right. And this cation, this H plus ion is attracts towards the oxygen atom which is present in a water, because of it has lone pairs. Okay, it has lone pair of electrons. Because of that reason, this H plus ion is attracts, because of deficiency of electrons of hydrogen atom, it attracts towards the oxygen. Why? Because it contains lone pair of electrons. Got it? Have understood? Then that means it H2O actually. Then the H plus ion is attracts to it and it forms H3O plus. H3O plus. Right. Why here we have taken plus R. Then here lone pair is attracted with the H plus, no? Right. Here one hydrogen ion in water, it reacts, it combines with 4 to 6 atoms. 4 to 6 hydrogen molecules. Okay, got it? This is happened. Then in case of bases, we learn that KOH, when it is reacts with the water, it gives K plus OH minus anions. Right, this is called hydroxide. Got it? Right. When acid reacts with water, it gives then hydrogen ions, and then when bases are reacts with water, they give hydroxide ions. Okay, OH minus. Right, got it? Then now we are going to discuss one more activity. Take a beaker, take a test tube. Okay, and take a 10 ml of water. 10 ml of water in a test tube. Okay, hold the test tube with a test tube holder. Okay, hold it with a test tube holder and add a few drops of H2SO4. Few drops of H2SO4 to this water and stir it. Okay, then we have to take the H2SO4 to the test tube, 2 or 3 drops, and stir it. And after, touch the test tube with the fingers. Touch the test tube with the finger. Then you feel hot sensation. You feel hot sensation. That means here, when this H2SO4 is a acid, right? Then when acid is added to the water, it releases the heat. Okay, it is released out. Okay, then when acid is added to the water, instead of that, take a sodium hydroxide pellets in a water. Then take one more test tube and take 10 ml of water and add NaOH pellets. And once again touch the test tube and you can sense that heat is liberated. The test tube become hotter. When we add acid to the test tube or base to the test tube. Okay, that means when acids or bases or releases the heat when we add it to the water. Got it? When acid or base added to the water, it releases the heat. Okay, right. So what happened if water is added to the acid? Here what we discussed, here what we added to the water, acid is added to the water or base is added to the water in this case. My question is, what happened if water is added to the acid? In such case, enormous heat can be releases, then it causes to break the container. Due to the more energy is released when water is added to the acid. Because of that reason, always we have to add acid or base to the water. Okay, this process is called as dilution. That's why while writing equations, we discussed diluted HCl. That means already to that acid, then acid is present in water. Okay, right? Or we will take diluted H2SO4 like that. Then what is dilution, sir? Dilution means mixing of acid or base to decrease the water to decrease the concentration of H3O plus or OH minus ions per unit volume is called dilution. Got it? What is dilution? Mixing of acid or base to water to decrease the concentration of H plus ions or hydronium ions or OH minus ions. That means hydroxide ions per unit volume is called as dilution. Got it? And that's why on a containers or in the vessel of acids or bases, they give the caution sign. danger signs will posted on the containers of acid vessels or base vessels. Okay, right? Now we are going to discuss one more important activity that shows the strength of the acids. Here, sir, any two acids have a same strength. Both are at same concentration. Concentration means it contains high H plus or OH minus ions. Right. Diluted means in per unit volume it contains less H plus or OH minus ions. Okay. Right. Then for that sake, then take a beaker. Okay. Arrange the two graphite rods. And it is connected to the battery, and one end is connected to the bulb. Right. Then first fill the beaker with HCl. I have taken HCl, hydrochloric acid. Got it? Then the bulb will glow or not? Right, sir, bulb will glow. Why? Because it is acid. It is a acid. Right? Then observe the brightness of a bulb also. Observe the brightness of the bulb. Right, that means, and after remove the HCl from that beaker, from that container, and take acetic acid, that means CH3COOH. I have taken next CH3COOH. And in such case also bulb will glow or not? Yes, bulb will glow. So why? Because it is also acid. Then observe the brightness of the bulb. Here you notice that the brightness of bulb is less when we have taken acetic acid. Got it? When we have taken CH3COOH in a beaker, the brightness will decreases or less. Brightness is less when we have taken CH3COOH. And here make sure that these two acids are at same concentration. Same concentration. Sir, the both are have same concentration. No. Sir, why? The acetic, when we add taken acetic acid, the brightness is decreasing. Means here the strength of the HCl is greater. What is greater? Then strength of HCl is greater. Right? In which acid contains more number of H plus ions. That acid is called as stronger acid. Right? Then the strength of the acid is depend on number of H plus ions, and as well as if we can do with the same activity with bases also, or any two bases have no same strength, and at the same time any two acids have no same strength. That is depends on the number of H plus ions or number of OH minus ions are present in a given solution, given acid. Got it? Right? Then in our next class we will discuss very deeply about the strength of the acids and bases. Okay, thank you.